Hi, Book Talk. How are you all? I hope you're all keeping well. I hope the weather is nice where you are. That it's absolutely blistering heat here today. It has been all week. Yes. Besides that, it's hot. So today, what are we here for? So we're here because I've got a little bit of a haul to show you guys. I brought a couple of books yesterday and a couple I brought last week or the week before. I would like to say I was influenced on Book Talk with these. Some of them I was, but some of them I wasn't. So we'll make a start. So the first one, I actually got this yesterday, and it is Vera Lynn. It's with Virginia Lewis Jones, and it's Keep Smiling Through My Wartime Story. Now, if you got to watch it was a previous couple of clips videos before now. I did a little clip of the Winter Gardens here in Morecambe where Vera Lynn used to play during the wartime. The Winter Gardens has been there since the late 1800s, like 1888, 89. So a lot of people played there, and one of the regulars that used to play there was Vera Lynn. Now, I got this book for 50p. It was an absolute bargain, it was, and it is also hardback. I got this one because I thought it'd be an interesting read to read about the lady herself. Not to mention, it'd be fascinating to learn about who she was. And obviously, with her playing at the Winter Gardens, it'd be nice just to get to know who she is. So I'll just read you a little bit of a blurb, as I say, on Book Talk of the back. So it says, I was just 27 years old when I went to Burma. It was an experience that changed my life forever. Up until that time, I had not really travelled anywhere at all, but I wanted to make a difference, to do my bit, and she did. So I'm very excited to read that one. And it was such a bargain as well, for 50p from one of my local charity shops. So yeah, I was happy with that purchase. I'm happy with all the purchases, but especially happy with that one. So the next one is this one, and this is another charity shop purchase, and this one, I think it was 2.49, and it is The Tudor Queens by Alison Ware. Now, The Tudor Queens is, she does a series, Alison Ware does, but The Tudor Queens is one of the series she does where she focuses on the six wives of Henry VIII. The one I've got here is Anne Boleyn, A King's Obsession. Now, Anne Boleyn, as we all know, was Henry VIII's second wife, and sadly she did meet quite a bit of a sticky end. When I was young, a little girl now, I was my daughter's age. One of the things we used to study in primary school was we studied Egyptian stuff, Romans and everything, but another thing that we actually studied was the Tudor kings and queens, the Tudor times, and that subject was one that always fascinated me, even from a little girl. And there's a couple of films that's based on the six wives of Henry VIII, but there's one in particular that I really like. I should have probably wrote it down, but the reason why I got this one is because obviously it was from a charity shop buy. Now, Anne Boleyn is second wife. Now, I'm fascinated by all of them, but especially by this one, for the simple fact is I feel for all of them, but I do really feel for this one as well, because basically it says it in the title, A King's Obsession. From the film, as they say in the film, when the king Henry VIII focused his attention on someone that could hardly look away, and it did what it could, because basically he wanted her. She obviously, yeah, she went through what she did do. to become the queen as well, only, and eventually she did actually fall for him, of to end up with Henry VIII falling out of love with her and accusing her of high treason, basically because she couldn't give him the heir that he wanted. Now, she did give him a daughter, as we all know, which is Elizabeth I. Now, she did give him an heir, but unfortunately the heir was stillborn. So it's a saying, it kind of sealed the fate. So he decided after then that he'd already had a wandering eye, which on the next one was Jane Seymour, which was his third wife. So that's why he actually condemned her, accused her of high treason. And unfortunately, Anne Boleyn, she did lose her head. And I wanted to get that one because I wanted to focus on her. I wanted to read the story about her. After I've read this one, I will get the others and I will read the story about the others, because I don't know a whole lot about the other queens. I know a little bit about the first one, about Catherine, which was actually King Henry VIII's sister-in-law at first. She married his brother, but obviously his brother passed away, so... But then she was betrothed to Henry VIII. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting read, this one. So next, what have we got? Now, I'm going to show you what I got from the works yesterday. Now, this is where I fell on the BookTok bandwagon, and I got the 3 collection of The Housemaid by Freida McFadden. Now, I've never read any of Freida McFadden's, so I know a lot of you out there have, and you do enjoy her books. Now, it was James from Creepy Corner Books who's recently got The Locked Door. I'm sure he did, please forgive me if I'm wrong, but I know that also Reyes, probably pronouncing it wrong now, she has mentioned as well that she read The Locked Door, and she said that it was really good. Now, when I went to the works yesterday, unfortunately I couldn't find that one, which I did want to get, but I couldn't find it. But I did see the first one, which is The Housemaid. We've got the second one, which is This Housemaid's Secret. And then this one I actually got the other day, and this one is The Housemaid is Watching. So that one's the third one. This one has came out this year recently, and I know a couple of people have read that one. I kind of wanted to give them a go. I love my thriller books, and it seems like a bit of a thriller genre to have, so that's the reason why I got the 3 of them. I'm quite looking forward to reading those. Now, the next one that I did pick up from the works, I've seen this once on BookTok, is this one. This is The Love of My Afterlife. The End of Her Life Was Just Beginning, and it is by Kirsty Greenwood. Now, I got this from the works for $5.50. It has got the sprayed edges, which I quite liked as well. I thought that was quite a nice added extra. Now, as I said, I've saw one person on BookTok show this, but I can't remember who it was. But I'll just give you a quick rundown of the back. So it said, recently deceased Delphi Buckham has just met the one in the afterlife, but is devastated when a mix-up means he is immediately sent back to Earth. Delphi is given a second chance and accepts a deal in which she can return to her previous life in London and reconnect with a mystery stranger she's sure is her soulmate. The challenge. She only has 10 days to find him, 10 days to make him fall for her. Oh, and he has no recollection of them ever having met. So I thought that sounded really, really good, that did. I can't wait to actually read that one. That will be going in my TBR list. So we got that one. Now, the other ones, I got these, I think it was last week. I got a bookmark. I do apologise if I'm showing you these again. I got this from Waterstones. This was $3.99, and it says, not meow, I'm reading. I had to pick that up, especially for the ginger cat, because I have a ginger cat and his name is Leo. He's absolutely gorgeous. He is my absolute pride and joy, and I'm surprised he's not jumped on the table yet. I'm not sure where he is. He was sitting by his dad's feet.
He's cool enough.
Yeah, he'll be cool enough. By the way, I do apologise if you hear a bit of a thing going on in the background. My husband's currently in a battle on the computer. So yeah, I got that. And I had to get it. You know that poster I posted of the only therapy is Stephen King therapy. Ta-da! I got a Stephen King book. I got The Stand. Now this was on my wish list to get. Now the other one on my wish list was, my mind's gone blank. What was that one where there's a film? Ah, The Dead Zone. I can't believe I forgot that. Do you ever get that when you're doing a video, especially, and your mind just goes blank? Now, I did want to get The Dead Zone. I can't find that anywhere. I went in Waterstones. No, it's W.H. Smith and there's Waterstones, sorry. I did go to Waterstones. They had a few Stephen King books in there, but they didn't have that one. However, they had this one, The Stand. There is actually a film that's based on this, and I've never seen the film, but I've heard of the book. And my husband, we actually watched the trailer to the film, and I must admit it sounded really interesting. Now this book is thick. It is really thick. It is quite a few pages long. I'm just going to have a quick look. 1,211 pages long. Now, yeah, it's extremely thick, but if I remember correctly, the current one that I'm reading, The Ink Black Heart by Robert Galbraith, that is about the same length, and I'm nearing the end of that. So yes, I've got myself a Stephen King. I will get... I forgot it again. I will get The Dead Zone when I do see it. Another one that I want to get, which I think it was Ria's book. Oh God, I can't believe how I forget these. She did, I recently watched one of her videos and she mentioned Cell by Stephen King. She's kind of like a zombie kind of thing, but it sounded actually really, really good. Now that one is going on my wish list to get, so I will be getting that one. So yeah, because I was on a bit of a Stephen King kick, I went to my shop in Morecambe, which is the Old Pier bookshop. It's not too much of a massive shop, but it is rammed full of books. And when I say rammed, I mean rammed. It has got so many books, old books, new books, cooking books, thriller books, romance books, science fiction books, fantasy books, you name it, it's got it. Now I went in there because I purposely to look for Stephen King's, and I spoke to the owner of the shop and he said Stephen King's quite a popular author, so when he does have them in his shop, they're rarely in the shop before they're gone again. Now I was looking for Salem's Lot and I didn't find it in the shop. However, when I was talking to him, I was asking about it. It was actually, he had a pile of books that somebody had just brought in and he was pricing them up, and sure enough one of them was Salem's Lot. So I was like, can I have that one please? So yeah, I got it. Now this is the older version. For some reason, they have got Salem's Lot in Waterstones, and that one, it's a different cover, but it seems thicker than this one. So I don't know whether that one has stuff in there that this one doesn't. Now, I wouldn't mind getting the other one, but I only paid £2.50 for that one. And I also got a free bookmark with it as well. So yeah, I got that one, Stephen King, Salem's Lot. Now, the last one I want to show you. Now, I got this from the charity shop, and I hope my film's still going. I got this from the charity shop for £1. This is called Platform 7 and it is by Louise Doherty. And I read the back of this and this sounded really interesting. Now I don't so much now, obviously, because with the prices going up in train fares, but when me and my husband was actually at the dating part, I used to travel a lot on trains to come up to see him and then to go back down. So fascinated with train stations. I do like travelling by train, I love it. This one, it's 4 AM and Peterborough railway station seems deserted. On platform 7, the man on the bench thinks he's alone, as far away from the station staff as he can get, but he has company. Lisa Evans knows what he is about to do, as she tries and fails to stop him walking towards the platform edge and the approaching train. She is desperate to understand what connects her to this man. After all, Lisa was the first of them to die. So, oh my god, when I read this, it just sounded, like I said, I like my thrillers and that, and this sounded just up my street. And I cannot wait to read that one. That is definitely going to go in my TBR list. Oh yeah, I'll quickly tell you a story now. Me and my fascination with train stations. Now I'm going off on now, nothing to do with the book. Years ago, when on one of my visits to see my husband, I was travelling back to the West Midlands late of an evening. And this was round about the time when Johnny Depp was actually filming, I think was it Chocolate?
No, it was a film down in Cornwall.
Yeah, he was filming something in Cornwall, I think. And sometimes I don't know if he does it so much now, but he did travel normal by train. And one of the evenings I was heading home, I was on the train. I was feeling a bit sick because I do suffer from travel sickness, but not so much on trains now. But I was sat there in my carriage and my face was like green. I was like, oh, I don't feel too good. And then the next minute somebody comes on the train and comes down, you know, the passageway, the aisle, and I looked up and he looked up and he just smiled as he went past. And I just smiled and he went past and I sat there and I thought, that looks like Johnny Depp. I thought, I'm sure that's Johnny Depp. That looks so much like him. And then that was after, when I told my husband about it, that sure enough Johnny Depp was actually filming somewhere round the area then. So I'm still positive today that I've met Johnny Depp on the train with my face looking green. But yeah, Johnny Depp was one of my mum's favourites and I do like him as well. So yeah, that was my fascinating story about one of my many train station visits. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that video. So if you have, please feel free to give it a heart. Repost it if you wish. Any comments, I really do appreciate it. And I think that's it for all for now. I'm going to get going because I'm currently working on my diamond painting and later I need to be on the school run. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. What books have you got recently? Have you read any of the books that I've shown in this video, and what do you think about them? So I'm going to get going now and I will see you again soon. So goodbye for now. Bye.